Hi guys, Guide TV here bringing you a new Excel tutorial. So in this video I'll tell you how you can make multiple line graphs in Excel. So over here I have a spreadsheet in which, as you can see, employees are listed and their sales data is listed quarterly, and obviously their total annual sales is also listed. So what we want a nice comparison using line graphs of the quarterly sales that the employees have initiated. So to do that, first of all you'll select the initial part of the data. You want to start off with Q1, which is quarter 1. So you'll select the employees and the quarter 1 first, and then you'll go into the insert tab, and you'll go into the line graph and add 2D line. So here we have a nice line graph in which as you can see, we have the employees listed in the x-axis, and the y-axis shows their quarterly sales. So what we want is we want to merge the other data for quarter 2, 3 and 4 into this graph so that we have a nice comparison between the 4 quarters. You'll select the data for quarter 2, then you'll press Ctrl C and you'll select the graph and press Ctrl V. Now as you can see, it has automatically merged the data of quarter 2 inside our already made line graph. So we'll repeat that process for quarters 3 and 4 as well. So we'll copy quarter 3's data, click on the line graph and then press Ctrl V, and as you can see we have a nice comparison between 3 quarters. And finally for quarter 4 we'll repeat the process, and here we have the comparison for all 4 quarters. Now we have one problem though. As you can see, we don't have a legend in order to define our lines. We don't know whether this yellow line is for quarter 1 or for quarter 4. So to do that, I'll insert the chart elements for us to enable this data. So first of all, let me drag this graph down so that we may do this. Alright, so I have dragged it down, and now what I want is I want to define the legend for this line graph so that we are better able to analyze the data. So I'll go into this plus sign, which is chart elements. I'll click that, and as you can see below there are mentioned data labels. So data labels are basically the numbers that we have defined initially, the sales data. So we don't need those. What we need is we need to label the legend. So we'll go down this legend tab and select that, and as you can see now we have legends over here. So the blue line, as you can see, it shows quarter 1, and the red one or the orange one shows quarter 2. Similarly for quarter 3 and 4 we have different colored lines. So now to make our graph more easier to understand, what we'll do is we'll delete these grid lines and make it a bit fancier. We have a lot of templates to choose from. I think this one is pretty good. It looks nice and neat, so I'll stick with that. Alright, so now you have a pretty well organized data, including the graph as well. You can also add the axis titles if you want. In my case, I'm not going with those because I've already mentioned them over here in the spreadsheet. But still, if you want, you can go to this plus sign and add axis titles. You'll check that, and the axis titles will be labeled below. So below you'll type in employees. Our employees are on the x-axis, and on the y-axis we have our sales, quarterly sales. Here we go. So this is a nice comparison spreadsheet. So with that we conclude our tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this, and please let me know in the comments below what you think about this tutorial, and if you have any specific requests regarding Excel or any other software, please let me know in the comments below.